200 years ago, this city flourished at the foot of the San Salvador volcano, fueled by coffee wealth and ruled by elite families, one more powerful than all the rest. From opulent mansions to eerie rumors of mysticism, their dynasty became legend. Today, the remnants of their empires still linger, but tread carefully. In this place, memory clings to stones, shadows speak, and some say the past still walks among us. Bienvenidos a Santa Tecla. Before we begin, I want to extend my deepest appreciation to some truly incredible supporters. Carol, Laura, Terry, Karen, Bree, Enrique, Victor, and Will. Your generosity, kindness, and steadfast encouragement continue to make these adventures possible, and I am profoundly grateful for your unwavering support. Last week's top comment goes to Ismail. None of us can predict the future, but I do know this. 10 years ago, I never would have imagined myself traveling through El Salvador. Whether or not we ever see a United States of Central America, one thing is clear to me. The country has made remarkable progress and is moving in the right direction. To all who continue to share their thoughts, thank you. I read every comment, and they mean more than you know. Please keep them coming. I've started a channel membership. If you're interested, click subscribe and then join for more details. My number one objective in Santa Tecla was simple. Locate a cafe serving a chai latte with non-dairy milk. History, culture, architecture, those are all wonderful, but priorities are priorities. A quick Google search led me to what I'm pronouncing as Cafe Atelier, and what a find it turned out to be. This place is an absolute gem. From the artwork covering the walls to the books available for browsing, every corner seems designed to encourage you to linger just a little longer. There's even a beautiful stained glass window that makes the whole cafe feel far more sophisticated than I am. And then there are the pastries. Lots of pastries. Beautiful pastries. The kind that quietly whisper, your goals can start tomorrow. The cafe is overflowing with character, charm, and style, and the staff could not be kinder. Honestly, if I lived in Santa Tecla, this would be the sort of place where I'd accidentally become a regular.
Acá le dejo. ¿Algo más? No sé si gusta ver el menú.
No, está bien.
Ok.
¿Tarjeta o efectivo?
Ambos.
Tarjeta.
Sí.
Gracias.
Bueno.
This is one of the best chai lattes I've ever had. It's unbelievably smooth. So smooth, in fact, that it feels less like a beverage and more like a life decision. I took one sip, paused for reflection, and immediately reached the only logical conclusion. I should probably have another. After all, it would be irresponsible not to thoroughly verify my findings.
El Salvador may have only recently gained its independence, but nature would soon put the capital of this young republic to the test. In April of 1854, a catastrophic earthquake struck San Salvador. Estimated at a magnitude between 6 and 7, it leveled the city. Adjacent to the capital, a new settlement was born, Nueva San Salvador. It was consecrated by President Jose Maria San Martin in August 1854. In time, it would come to be known by another name, Santa Tecla.
Of course, I had a second chai latte. At that point, I was conducting serious scientific research. Afterward, I attempted one of my usual filming tricks, leaving the camera on the table while I walk out of the cafe, creating continuity for the next scene. Unfortunately, the staff at Cafe Atelier are so genuinely kind, they assumed I had accidentally abandoned my camera. One employee came running after me, while another carefully carried the camera to return it. So, There I was, intentionally staging a theft prevention drill for a camera I had deliberately left behind. Someone else chased me down in a different city to return my iPhone, which I unintentionally left behind. You literally can't make this up. Only in El Salvador.
Sí, no hay problema. I guess.
Thank you.
Con gusto.
Adios.
Thought that I would be a bit at peace by now. Yeah, you're lying in the shadows of my room. Oh, always heard your voice, I forget the sound now. You're awfully quiet while I cry out for you. Oh, I know you don't have much to say, yeah, that's clear now. But I won't keep on giving you grace while my heart's broken. But you take the time away to clear your head out. But I had so much to say, and you let me get away still. Well, I still cry, I won't lie, but you'll never know if I'm fine. Am I alright? Well, you'll never know. You took this path on your own time without giving us a try.
This is Parque San Martin, named for the very statesman who dared to give El Salvador a new heart.
Born into a politically charged family, San Martin's life was one of exile and return. His father's activism forced the family into banishment in Mexico after Francisco Morazan's victory. Years later, he returned to El Salvador as a young adult. Jose led an insurrection that earned him exile in Honduras. But, in true Salvadoran spirit, adversity only tempered his resolve. He rose not once, but twice to the nation's highest office. From 1855 to 1859, San Martin moved the capital of El Salvador to Santa Tecla. In 1865, it became the seat of La Libertad Department. The city blossomed quickly, its growth fueled by the verdant coffee plantations that cloaked the nearby hills. With newfound prosperity came elegance, culture, and an elite class that sculpted Santa Tecla into a jewel at the foot of the San Salvador volcano.
In 2003, this city reclaimed its ancestral name, Santa Tecla, after Saint Thecla, a 1st century disciple of Paul of Tarsus. Her name evokes faith and resilience, which embodies the enduring spirit of the land itself. Among the city's storied families, none wielded as much power or influence, or inspired as many whispers as the Guirolas.
Their story began in Zacatecoluca with Rafael Guirola, a Spanish immigrant who built a thriving enterprise in the colonies. He married a Salvadoran woman and had 9 children. Their son, Angel Guirola, inherited both wealth and insatiable ambition. By the mid-18th century, Angel had turned his gaze toward indigo, cotton, and the burgeoning coffee trade. In 1858, he married Cordelia Duke Alexander, a plantation heiress from Jamaica whose foreign lineage and alleged dabbling in mysticism cloaked the union in scandal. Rumors spiraled. Whispers of the occult, of rituals, of uncanny fortune. Cordelia, with her foreign liqueurs and arcane customs, was said to have brought more than wealth to the Guirola bloodline. Their opulence was the stuff of legend. Pianos imported from Europe, wardrobes fit for English aristocracy, and marble-laden mansions that rivaled any in Paris. In 1866, the family settled in Santa Tecla, becoming the crown of the city's aristocracy, part of the infamous Las 14 Familias, El Salvador's famed 14 families, who ruled over the coffee republic with feudal power.
The Guirolas governed everything in Santa Tecla: the light, the water, the transport, even the trees and the beasts of the land.
The crowning architectural jewel was La Mansión de las Águilas, the Eagle's Mansion, an opulent estate modeled after the splendor of European nobility. Imported ironwork, marble columns, and sprawling gardens whispered of unchecked power.
The state of this mansion today quite literally makes me want to cry. It is a reminder that time is always the great equalizer. Except maybe in the case of the Guirolas, if you believe the stories.
Today, their once grand mansion stands in ghostly ruin, a fading monument to a bygone age. Ivy snakes across shattered windows and climbs relentlessly over weathered stone, as though nature itself is slowly reclaiming what the world has abandoned. Deep cracks spider across the walls, splitting plaster and masonry that once symbolized permanence and prestige. The paint that once gleamed in the sunlight has long since faded into dull, peeling fragments, while wooden doors and trim have warped, cracked, and splintered beneath decades of neglect. Rust devours the ironwork that was once crafted with pride, staining the walls with reddish streaks as ornate details slowly surrender to corrosion. Covered window frames stare outward like hollow eyes, and where laughter, conversation, and music once echoed through elegant rooms, only silence remains. When the wind blows, it whistles through broken openings and abandoned corridors, carrying an eerie sound through halls that have stood empty for generations. Yet, time alone has not marked this place. To add insult to injury, graffiti covers much of the structure. Bright sprays of paint sprawl across historic walls, obscuring architectural details and further eroding the dignity of what was once an extraordinary residence. The contrast is striking. A mansion built to protect wealth, influence, and permanence now stands scarred by neglect, weather, and vandalism. A haunting reminder that even the grandest fortunes and most magnificent homes are ultimately subject to the relentless passage of time. Yet, stories linger like the scent of old perfume. Some say the Guirolas were not bound by time. Decades passed, yet their faces remained unchanged. The same pale visages, unaged, appeared again and again, walking Santa Tecla's streets as if shadows had learned to live. And that was only the beginning. Tales abound of guests vanishing without a trace, of jet black dogs with golden fangs, of bat blood cocktails served under moonlight. The mansion echoed with spectral music, foreign chants, and inhuman growls. One tale speaks of a cigar lit under a waxing moon, incense burning as forgotten words are whispered. When the ember died, a rider would appear, a man cloaked in black atop a hellish steed, its eyes aflame and breath reeking of sulfur. People said he was the source of the Guirola's money and power. They made a deal with the devil himself.
At the mansion of the Guirolas, walls may fail, but an eerie feeling lingers. Some say they never left.
What do you think? Are the stories truth or legend? Or something far more dangerous? A mixture of truth and legend? Comment below. While you're at it, since you've made it this far in the video, please click the like button. It helps, more than you know. The Guirola legacy endures not only in legend, but in stone and sorrow. In 1906, stricken by the loss of his beloved son Adalberto, Angel Guirola sought to transmute grief into grace. He commissioned a foster home in Adalberto's name, endowing it with his son's share of the family fortune. More than a mere tribute, it became a refuge, a testament to compassion born of mourning. For over half a century, the institution was shepherded by a family foundation, its halls echoing with the laughter and footsteps of children sheltered beneath the Guirola name. But time, ever unrelenting, tested even the strongest walls. By the 1980s, the home strained beneath the weight of civil war, its rooms too few, its caretakers overburdened, its coffers thinning. Then, in 1986, the earth itself heaved in fury. The Great Quake left the building fractured and broken, its sanctuary declared unfit for life. Now, where once warmth and hope dwelled, only silence remains. The walls stand cracked and hollow. The gardens run wild, as though mourning has taken root in the very earth. What was once a haven now lingers in ghostly repose, a monument to love, loss, and the unyielding passage of time.
Yet, some of the Guirola contributions are not only surviving, they are thriving.
El Cafe, a vibrant expanse of green in the heart of Santa Tecla, pulses with the joyous rhythm of daily life, a living gift from the Guirola family to the people. Born of their vision and generosity, the park sprawls across 12 city blocks, a sanctuary of recreation and community spirit. Here, laughter rings out beneath the shade of old trees, mingling with the splash of swimming pools and the crisp thud of balls bouncing on sun-warmed courts. Designed for every kind of movement and mirth, El Cafetalon offers a wealth of possibilities. Football and softball fields, basketball courts, skating and cycling paths, and spaces for beach volleyball and open-air aerobics. It's a place where bodies stretch and spirits rise, where families gather and friendships are forged in motion. The air is alive with energy, the grounds kept lush and welcoming, a testament to the enduring intent behind the donation, that all of Santa Tecla might find joy, health, and solace here. Hospital San Rafael, a noble gift from the Guirola family to the people of Santa Tecla, was born of compassion and a steadfast commitment to serve the poor. Since its founding in 1868, the hospital stood as a beacon of healing, its doors open to those most in need. What began as a modest facility grew into a vital pillar of regional healthcare, its mission unwavering, even as time and tremors reshaped its walls. The building that now stands is not the original. The hospital has been relocated and rebuilt more than once, each time rising anew from the ruins left by devastating earthquakes. Yet, through every upheaval, its spirit endured. In its halls echo not only the footsteps of physicians and patients, but also the legacy of its founders, a legacy of mercy, resilience, and unwavering dedication to the well-being of the most vulnerable. But decades marched on. The coffee fields waned, its golden age long past. The 1929 stock market crash and subsequent Great Depression dealt a serious blow to fortunes tied to the export. The Guirola dynasty, once untouchable, started to crumble. Their estates passed to new hands. Their shadows faded, though never fully vanished.
The Santa Tecla Cemetery, the final resting place of generations of its residents, including the enigmatic Guirola family, is less a graveyard and more a city of the dead.
Its layout stretches like a labyrinth, where every path branches into silence, and every corner hides a story. Time-worn mausoleums rise like miniature palaces, each unique in design, adorned with weeping angels, stone-carved crosses, and fading tributes to lives long past. No two graves are the same. Some rest beneath sculpted marble domes or behind black, wrought iron fences that bristle like thorns around sacred secrets. Others lie flat, humble, and unadorned, graves that speak not of legacy, but of struggle. Here, even in death, the divide between rich and poor persists. Yet, the less ornate tombs erupt in vibrant colors: turquoise, fuchsia, sunflower yellow, painted lovingly by descendants who give what little they have to honor those who came before. The Guirola family mausoleums occupy a privileged position overlooking the cemetery, and to this day, they receive exceptional care. Still, one rumor continues to haunt Santa Tecla: that the crypts are empty, and that the family buried within them never stopped walking among the living. To traverse this entire cemetery would take hours, perhaps days. Every footstep echoes between walls of stone and shadow. Every breeze carries whispers.
Should you choose to enter this place, come with reverence in your heart, for this ground is guarded.
According to legend, a protector stalks its paths: the mulus, a creature from the world of wraiths, born of wrath and grief, perhaps conjured by Cordelia Duke Alexander herself to protect the remains of her beloved son Adalberto. No ordinary guardian. The mulus is said to be a monstrous fusion of Rottweiler and wolf, larger than any hound known to man. Its eyes glow with an unnatural green light. Its breath reeks of sulfur and death. Yet, it needs neither tooth nor claw to destroy.
If you step inside this place with malice in your heart, the mulus will find you.
You will see it first in the corner of your eye, then in your dreams, then in your waking hours, but no one else will. You will no longer eat. You will no longer sleep. You will rot from within, haunted by a beast that cannot be outrun. So come, traveler, but tread carefully.
This is not just a cemetery. It is sacred ground, a place where memory lingers and power sleeps. And if the stories are true, one misstep could cost you far more than your peace of mind.
There is a quiet beauty to Santa Tecla, an unexpected elegance where old world charm lingers beneath the passage of time. Walk its shaded paths, gaze upon the remnants of a haunted grandeur. Listen for the faint echoes of a golden age carried through its plazas, gardens, and forgotten halls. Yet, as you wander, remember this: not every story has been laid to rest. Each breeze that whistles through the trees holds secrets still whispering in its leaves. Stay curious, be inspired, find freedom, wander elsewhere. I'll see you in the next one.